I want to talk about the importance of small details in court orders. You've made a point throughout your career. The small details in orders often matter the most. What are some of the overlooked details, the little things in custody or divorce orders that can prevent families from constantly returning to court?
So, I mean, really any detail that a family has disputes over is something that I think our family court can and probably should try and have a resolution to. But some of the most common things that I've seen as a family law attorney is, let's say, the transportation of a child custody exchange, right? If you have a timeshare that just has days and times but no other specifics to it, that leaves a lot open, but you have situations like, do you have an exchange where the parent who has the child drops the kid off to the other parent, or the parent who's receiving the child picks the child up from the other parent? And you think, oh, it's a lot easier to just have someone go pick up because it's their time. But in reality, when you have children that are witnessing conflict between parents or may have some resistance, when you have an exchange where the parent who has the child has to drop that child off to the other parent, it sends a message to those children that parent is condoning that visit, is facilitating that visit. And it can actually make the transition easier on the child to be dropped off rather than picked up for an exchange when there's been a history of resistance at exchanges. So little details, just like the method of drop off and pickup, can make a huge difference in it. When you get into like financial orders, so often you have in a divorce, people might be selling a house and, the court can say, okay, go sell your house. But, if people are not getting along and not agreeing on things very well, you really need to make sure in your court orders to sell a house that you're spelling out all the details of it. Who selects the realtor? How do you decide what the sales price is going to be? How do you decide what offers that don't meet the sales price have to be accepted or should be accepted? What happens if someone refuses to sign, one of the parties, because they don't really want to sell the house? Or, what happens to the money from the sale if there's debts or if there might be an unequal division or if the divorce isn't finished yet? All of those things can make a big difference. And if you don't have those details worked out, then people might have to come back to court over and over again to deal with disputes because it